Genshin Impact continues the ancient Chinese tradition of jacking the design of something else popular and reselling it at a cheaper price. But is counterfeit Breath of the Wild a better game than the title it's based on? Of course not! But is it free? Technically, yes. As a person who likes Zelda Breath of the Wild a whole honkin' lot, and also as a person who recently had their Switch break, and honestly, couldn't have even been bothered to turn it on when it did work anyway, I actually did enjoy this weeaboo game. Ish. Why not? Oh no! What the heck? Ah! It reminds me of something I'd have to pay $300 to play again, but instead it's free. And it also has a hot librarian in it who f***s. But mostly for the second reason. If somebody offers you your favorite meal for free, of course you're going to eat it, and probably spend the rest of the day wondering how you've been poisoned. And that is exactly what happened to me while playing Genshin Impact. Since I'm a sucker for open world action games, I actually had a relatively enjoyable first several hours playing it, but I was constantly on alert for horrible technical issues or microtransactions popping up in my face like some kind of traumatized animal, which, to be fair, I guess aren't even exclusive to free-to-play games anymore. You Bethesda, you killed my family! Just kidding, I love your stuff. Please make better games. In a nutshell, I wouldn't pay for Genshin Impact, but I don't have to, and I'm still playing it. It doesn't have the same dynamic elemental or physics system that Breath of the Wild has, but it does have flying and climbing, and animals that explode into drumsticks when you murder them. Different from Zelda, it does, however, have the unfortunate addition of anime girls, and this thing, that I wish I could tie to a rock and toss into a lake. And yeah, maybe I'm being harsh on the characters in this game, but I just don't like it when games adhere to moist egg theory. What is moist egg theory, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Essentially, moist egg theory is a visual design philosophy that, if you remove the eyes and mouth of every character, they all look like boiled eggs. For some reason, people think this is attractive, and thus, more moist eggs are born. Outrage is created around games where characters don't look like moist eggs, and I say to you gamers, don't let me stop you. Get hot for those eggs. F those boiled eggs if you must, but don't push your lifestyle on me, okay? I refuse to f these eggs. Actually though, out of everything in this game, nothing stood out to me as exquisite, but also, nothing struck me as horrible. So what does that mean? I don't know, but it's still free, and I'm still playing it. There wasn't actually anything that made me angry in this game, outside of the character design and some of the voice acting, which could be a good or bad thing, depending on how many body pillows you own. Oh my god, are you kidding me with this? Remember everybody, anime is a sin against God. For whatever reason, the voice acting in the Chinese version is the least abrasive, so I recommend it, especially because the English version does its best to imitate voice acting in anime. That is to say, it sounds horrible and stupid. Although, if you do choose the Japanese dub, it certainly does feel like you're watching an anime. And even though the story was boring to me, you weebs might like it because your standard for entertainment is so low to begin with. Hey, whoa! Listen, hold up. I like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, okay? I'm not uncultured, alright? And you better like whatever dub you choose, because every time your character attacks anything, it's going to be making those stupid anime noises somehow. And boy, Genshin Impact definitely has as many pop-ups as an anime streaming site does. Hey gamer, hey, did you know that's an enemy? Very cool. Now get off my screen! I hate lore, even in my favorite game. That's why when I play Skyrim, I only play as an Imperial, just like Ulfric. And why Zelda is my favorite character in video games. And it's also the reason why I can never get into those Final Fantasy games, starring Mr. Fantasy. But anime girls cast aside into a burning dumpster, I really do like the visual design of this game. I don't know why, but something about bright green grass really does it for me. Even though the landscapes are a lot less varied than they are in Breath of the Wild. However, most of the music is really nice, and the gameplay is surprisingly pretty bug-free. Well, mostly. Did she see her tail? And sadly, even though I've played this game for a while, most of what I've played so far has been way too easy, and most of my deaths have been from falling or drowning. The most tense moment I've had so far was when I was trying to kill a bunch of ducks. You know, because it's fun to kill. And then somehow I died. You. Wait, no, don't drown! No, wait! Wait! Ah! You'd think those chonkers would give her more buoyancy, you know? But thankfully, as I've progressed, it's gotten to be more complex, giving me more reasons to use my team's abilities and pay closer attention to my enemies and my maneuvering. It's actually really nice that there are a bunch of mini-bosses scattered throughout the game. And I've heard it gets more difficult at the end of the game, but given my high level of gaming finesse, I find that hard to believe. And of course, even though it does have microtransactions, I personally didn't feel like they were being forced on me. However, that didn't stop some people from spending hundreds of dollars on their waifus. Which brings up something completely unrelated. I'm a real girl, and thankfully also don't look like that. Ask yourself this question, okay? Is me saying your name at the end of the video worth more than some pink-haired hussy designed by some tired, underpaid man? Ask yourself. Even though this game doesn't do anything too special, I still enjoyed it because there were just enough things to keep my 2020 addled brain distracted. Press 1 to chuck Timmy off the bridge. Hope you know how to swim, Timmy.
What happens if one day they leave and they never come back again? Just like Daddy!
Whoa! It's basically a lesser Breath of the Wild, but beating a dead horse. For example, if you liked opening chests in Zelda, well, there will always be at least 3 within your line of sight while playing this game at any time. Carry weight? Nah, f that. We're here to have fun. Why not pick up hundreds of pounds of vegetables and never have it even begin to cut into your 30,000 pounds of inventory space? Do those kinds of choices take away from the specialness of finding items and opening up chests? Yeah, but is it good enough for free? Yeah, I guess. Oh, and it has co-op, but I haven't tried that because I don't want to look at more anime girls than I have to. In conclusion, I wouldn't pay for this, but it's free, and it's 2020, so at least this game is something to do. My name is Kubits, and my final verdict on this game is a free out of 10. Make sure to check out my live streams on the weekends. That's where I got all of the clips from this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to all of my beautiful patrons. Jack Burton 2, Shunsboy, Recon is Dead Inside, Heuristics, Scott, Shadow, Kevin, Arrow, Monk, David, Arcane Override, Vorman, Stefan, Jesse, Shui, Dakota, Daniel, and Damien. Thank you guys so much. You are all extremely beautiful. Do not forget it, and I will see you next time. I look forward to it.